Hey guys, so I know you know this already, but I just want to remind you I am a clinical psychologist in training. I'm getting my PhD in clinical psychology, and I'm currently going through the whole process of everything. And so right now I'm in a class called Clinical Interventions. It's a really cool class. I really enjoyed it. I can't wait to take number two. I'm in Clinical Interventions 1. I'm going to be taking 2 probably next term. Anyways, so I had to do mock interviews. I had to um, do a diagnostic interview, and I also had to do therapy with a client. So I am uploading I am showing you here. This video is a mock interview, a mock diagnostic interview with one of my classmates. He decided that he wanted to have depression. He doesn't actually have depression as far as I know in real life. He wanted to be diagnosed with major depression, I guess. So he basically went through all of the details of his life, and I asked him a bunch of questions and all of that stuff. So what I did was I diagnosed him with major depression disorder, and the reason why I came to that conclusion is because he had no substance use, so it wasn't a substance use disorder. He had been depressed for more than 2 weeks. He didn't have any medical conditions that causes depression, that might cause mental issues or depression. And what else? What was the other thing? Oh, no, I think there is something else, but I can't think of it right now. But anyways, he he was diagnosed with major depression after that by me. And then I had to do a diagnostic paper. So basically, I had to write about why I diagnosed him with depression, and yeah. So here is the mock interview. It's about 21 minutes long. So let me know what you think.
Okay. All right, it's recording. All right, awesome. All right. So we can just get right into it, I guess. Um, so my name is Cupid. Um, uh, I want you to be aware of informed consent. Um, all services are voluntary and you have the rights to confidentiality, but there is some limitations to confidentiality. If you disclose suicide attempt and physical violence, then I have to report it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, what brings you in today?
So I've been feeling down lately, and oh no, I really haven't been able to get out of the house, unless it's for work. Um and I thought I would come in and get some help. Um I just um been feeling been feeling a little lost lately.
Okay. Have you ever experienced hallucinations?
Um no, no, I've never
Okay.
had hallucinations.
Uh, do you have a history of hurting yourself?
I I do not. I do not. This just started like I would say it's probably been going on for like 6 months.
Okay, 6 months.
I just kind of been feeling overwhelmed. Um, but I haven't this is my first time getting any kind of mental health help.
So you've never been hospitalized then?
Never,
Okay.
never been hospitalized. I've never seen a provider. I've never had therapy.
Okay.
This is all new to me.
How's your appetite?
Um, my appetite, you know, I've been doing a lot of stress eating, I think. So, um, I've gained like over the last 3 or 4 months, I've probably put on about 20, 25 pounds. So, um, I've been eating a lot.
How's your sleep?
Um, well, my sleep, I I have a hard time falling asleep. I'll just lay there and my mind will wander and it takes me forever to fall asleep. And then once I do, I wake up um at least once or twice in the middle of the night, and then again, hard time falling asleep. But on the days I don't work, I sleep in until like I stay in bed until like 11 or 12, so I,
Okay.
I try to sleep all day. Um, but yeah, it's not the best sleep.
Do you have any nightmares?
I don't.
Okay. How long have, oh, you said that you've been feeling down for 6 months?
Yeah, I've been feeling down for about 6 months. I've had times in my life where I felt like this, but not this bad. This time it's like I feel it's kind of starting to feel a little hopeless. Like I can't can't seem to break myself out of this.
What does that look like for you?
Um, so when I'm like down like this, I tend to like isolate a lot, right? So I won't go out. I normally I'll go to the beach every weekend and or go hiking and I haven't done that for months. So, you know, I I just have a hard time like, really focusing on anything. My mind is racing so much and it's really impacting my relationship with my wife. Um, and it's really impacting my work too. Like I've already used up all my sick time and all my vacation. And I missed a day last week and I got written up because I took a day off without any sick time or vacation. So I'm potentially looking at losing my job if I can't snap out of this.
Okay. And I guess you wouldn't have a treatment history
No, no treatment history. Yeah, this is my first time.
and you wouldn't have be on any medications, I would assume.
No, the only medications I'm on, I see my VA doctor. He's my primary care. Um, he's treating me for heartburn. So I take a heartburn medication, um, and a vitamin B, or not vitamin B, a vitamin D. And that's the only medication I'm on right now.
Okay. Um, so you have a primary care provider at the VA?
Yeah, at the VA. Yeah, I've been seeing that doctor for about 15 years.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah, yeah, but
Do you have,
no, go ahead.
sorry, you go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna say I don't have any other like health issues, anything like
Okay.
just the heartburn.
Okay. Do you have any family history of depression?
Yeah, my brother, um, my brother, I think he's got bipolar. And my mom, um, she's never been diagnosed with anything, but I feel like she's been living with depression. But in our family, we tend to kind of hide our mental health, so we don't talk about it. So we never, we're encouraged to, um, you know, talk about emotions and problems and stuff like that. So, um, I just assumed that this would go away. But I think my mom and my brother, they've at least had some kind of mental health issues, you know, with with that. Yeah.
Okay. Um, any substance use?
Um, I've been sober for about 13 years. Um, I'll use cannabis um maybe a couple times a week, but I took I've been doing the sober October thing. So I haven't had any this month in October, but in November sometimes it helps me sleep. The cannabis does. Yeah,
Okay.
but I haven't had any issues with that. And I stopped drinking 13 years ago.
Okay.
And
How are you?
no other substances.
No other substances. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. And how are you coping now?
Oh man, I am coping. Sleep. I just try to sleep a lot. Um, I don't feel like I have any coping. Like I said, I used to go hiking and go to the beach on the weekends, and now I just stay home. I don't even like, I don't even want to go to the grocery store with my wife. She's been going on her own. That's something that her and I used to do together that we enjoyed doing. But I stopped, going. It just feels like a lot. I'm always, feeling really fatigued, really tired. Um, yeah, I have no motivation or energy right now to really do anything. So she does all that, and she's been getting on me um, to help clean the house, and I just feel like I've just lost any kind of energy to do that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's understandable. Um, occupation what's your history of
So I have a bachelor's degree and I have a bachelor's degree in sociology and I work as a case manager um, at social services. And yeah, I've been doing that for about 20 years.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah,
That's good. That's really good.
yeah. But
What
it's
about
it's been really hard. Like I said, I feel like I feel like if I get written up again, I'm just trying to make it another 10 years until I can retire and I already got written up once, and so I'm afraid that, I don't know how long I'm going to be able to hang in there.
okay.
Mhm.
What about social history?
Um, well, I used to do like AA meetings a lot. Um, I don't do AA meetings anymore. Um, I really, I don't have a whole lot of friends. Um, I just basically hang out with my wife and the dog. And I have a couple of people that I talk to at work, I could reach out to. I haven't really hung out with them or done anything outside of work in a long time. Um, I used to be I used to do a lot of service work for the veteran community here in town. There was a group called Band of Brothers. We played softball, but I stopped playing about a year ago, and I don't know if I'm gonna go back to that or not. But so I've really I don't go to church. Um, yeah, I don't do a whole lot now I think about it. Outside of work and home, I think that's all it feels like I do. I'm just kind of like living just existing. I'm going to work and then I come home and go to bed. That's what it seems like my life is right now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I can see how that would be troublesome.
Mm,
Definitely. Um, so there are numbers that you can call if you ever are in need.
okay,
For instance, 211 is a good number to call if you ever need anything,
okay,
um, as far as your depression goes and everything like that.
yeah, yeah. I haven't had any suicidal thoughts. I've never had suicidal thoughts. That's not something that I would do. But I do think about, you know, um, maybe my wife would be better off if I wasn't around, you know what I'm saying? But I know that I would never hurt myself or kill myself, so
Okay.
but I kind of like maybe fantasize about what it might be like, when, if I just wasn't around, but it's just thoughts. It's nothing I would ever do.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's probably been going on for like the last 6 months, maybe, just ever since I just feel like, she's doing all the work and I'm not doing anything. I'm just existing and, she might be better off with somebody else. Sometimes I get those thoughts.
That makes sense. Yeah,
Yeah.
I can understand
But
that.
yeah, I appreciate those numbers, but, yeah, I'm not suicidal. That's something I would never do.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. That's good. That's good. I'm glad
Yeah.
that you would never get to that level.
Yeah.
All right. Is there any other information you want to provide to me?
Um, let's see. Um, yeah, I'm coming here just to get help, just to see if I can, you know, get through this, whatever's happening, and I maybe get, to see if there is a diagnosis or something like that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Um, and that I'm not just crazy, it
Yeah. Yeah, that's understandable.
feels like this has been going on for too long. I've never been in anything like this long, so. I was just hoping to maybe, since I've never had mental health help, I was like, there's nothing to lose, right? I figured I'll just try, and I know my wife has been pushing me to come get help. And she actually kind of prompted me to make this appointment. So, I figured can't hurt anything, right? Um, but yeah, I'm really exhausted. I'm really exhausted. It feels like I have I'm carrying around like a heavy burden. It feels like a dark cloud everywhere I go, you
Is
know.
there anything that happened recently that might have caused it?
Um, you know, it's a good question. Yeah, I mean, um, we've had a lot of death in the family the last couple of years. My grandma died about 3 years ago. And then I had an aunt die 2 years ago. And then a really close friend died like 6 months ago. And I don't know if I've ever really processed all of that, but you know, um, normally I just kind of like, when people pass away, I feel like, you know, my spiritual beliefs, I believe that there is something else after this. And so I don't know why that would make me sad. I don't know if that's what it is. My wife and I have been kind of feeling like we've just been going through the motion the last couple of years. Like there's doesn't seem there's any chemistry. And I just kind of feel like, with work and just my routine, it's like I just feel like I'm just existing. Does that make sense? Like I'm not
Yeah.
really like why do I get up every day and and drain myself at work, come home, and then, go grocery shopping on the weekend, and get up and do it again, right? So I'm like, it's just things are just compounding. And it's like, when is this Ferris wheel going to be done? You know? Um, but my wife and I's marriage has been, I wouldn't say it's like bad. It's just like there's no spark. You know what I mean? Like there's no spark. So,
Yeah.
and
That's
that's
hard.
that's that's been going along for a couple of years, So I don't know if there wasn't like one thing that happened. Um, it's just kind of like life stacking up, So I don't know if I'm having
A
a
lot of things.
midlife. Yeah, I don't know if I'm having a midlife crisis or what's going on. Um,
Okay.
'Cause I'm 50 years old now and I've never experienced anything this bad. So I wonder if it's like midlife crisis or um yeah, and I feel like I get a lot of anxiety too, when I'm sleeping too much, I get anxious, like I should be doing something else. Um, and then I start telling myself I'm like, I'm no good, I'm lazy, you know what I'm saying? You know,
Yeah,
so
I do.
I feel like this is like, all my fault, right? That I shouldn't be feeling this way. So I really kind of blame myself a lot. So I'm really, really hard on
Mhm.
myself. Uh,
Yeah.
and I don't see how I'm gonna be able to pull myself out of this, to be honest with you.
Well, there's definitely ways to do it, and this is the right step right now that you're
Yeah,
taking to get there.
yeah, yeah, I appreciate that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but yeah. Um, it's hard, it was hard to come here today, you know. I usually try not to talk about my emotions, right? I usually try to just keep it all bottled up. And so this is, you know, I guess this is my attempt at saving my marriage and not losing my job.
Yeah.
Um, but I don't know. Like I said, I don't know how I'm gonna do it, but I don't know any other way right now. But I can't continue doing what I'm doing.
That's
I'm, I'm
understandable.
I'll lose everything for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can see why you would feel that way. Yeah.
yeah,
All right. Well, mm, I mean, we can work on these things in therapy. I hope you see a psychiatrist as well, because that might be something that could help you
yeah.
if
I've
you
never thought about that, but
that
if that'll help. I'm willing to try anything at this point.
yeah, yeah, I think that would be a good idea just to talk to one and see what they say.
Yeah,
I can provide a diagnosis, I can give you all the tools to help you, but
yeah,
talking to a psychiatrist can help to get you out of that hole a little faster.
yeah. Okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely.
All right. You did a good job.
Thank you.
All right. So here, look at strengths when you're
Should
writing
I
this
stop
up.
the recording?
Yeah.
So I realized during this whole rewatching of this, I probably could have been more empathetic, but the problem was that it was a mock interview. He wasn't really depressed. He wasn't really having issues, so I wasn't as empathetic with him as I could have been. And I think that I was just trying to get through the questions and everything like that. So I know when someone is actually dealing with depression. I'm very, very empathetic, so I will be better in person. But this interview was mock. I was just trying to get answers for my paper. That was literally it. I just wanted to get enough information to be able to put my paper together for the diagnosis paper. And here is my diagnosis paper. Let me see. So this was me as the client, because I had to be the client at one point in time. So I had to be the client for someone else, and I used my own diagnosis as the specific diagnosis for that. If you guys really want to read this, you guys can pause and read through it, I guess. But that's me as the client. Let's see. I'm trying to get to me as the therapist. Here we go. And here's me as a therapist, or as a psychologist, but they called it a therapist in here. We would be psychologists once we get our degrees. So me as the therapist. I called him G. I didn't want to give away his real name. We weren't supposed to. And basically I just went over my strengths, my weaknesses, everything that I could have done better, everything I could have done that I did great, everything that I did great. I kind of went through just information about the interview, and then of course the diagnosis. The diagnosis that I chose was major depressive disorder. The criteria met are that he does not have substance issues, no physiological effects of non-psychiatric medical condition. He has had over 2 weeks of depressed mood, and he has had characteristic changes such as appetite issues, changes in sleep, and he has not had a manic episode. I asked, so this basically goes over what I already said. This is why I came up with these conclusions. And this is more about why I chose that disorder. So that is my paper. So I hope you guys liked watching a mock interview with a psychologist and a client. If you guys have any questions about how that process works or anything like that, please feel free to reach out to me. But this is something that you would have to go through when you become a new client. So, yeah. Anyways, good luck, guys. Bye.